everything is weird. It's mid-August and everything is still weird. I went to the mall, and so this would be probably about 3 weeks ago, and I was out shopping, and some of this footage is what the mall looks like. And I'm sorry, how are you guys? How's everybody doing? I should probably start off with that. But welcome to A Day in the Life, my video series that focuses on just the day-to-day stuff and not art all the time. But back to it. I went to the mall. I remember growing up, malls being these hubs of social interactivity. Teenagers went there to hang out. Moms went there to let their kids run around. People went there to shop. There's a food court to go get a bite to eat. Some of them have playgrounds for kids to run around in. There's one that's near here in Fort Worth that has an ice skating rink. Malls were like these suburban indoor centers for commerce, you know? And I know because of, online retail and sales like that, they've already been in sharp decline the past few years. But it's a whole nother level when a pandemic hits and everyone has to be inside. I ventured out to go shopping for a birthday present for my oldest son. And it was just very surreal. I equate the experience of going to the mall of falling asleep in your room and then waking the next day and noticing that everything in the room is like something's a little askew, but nothing's missing. Like nobody took anything, no one stole anything, but everything is maybe like turned 20 to 30 degrees on its axis. Like the clock is facing a different direction, or my shoes were by the bed, now they're about 2 feet from the bed. And the door, my closet door was shut and now it's open, a couple inches. Just like somebody's been here, things are not normal. That's what the experience of going to the mall was. Even in a time when, like I said, malls are in decline, going to the mall for the first time since March and walking through the place, the first thing that I noticed is that it was pretty deserted. And granted, a lot of the footage that I'm sharing with you guys is from a mall that's already kind of struggling. And now, of course, it's struggling in a major way. So there's that. But then there's also things that I didn't get to film, which was like being indoors in one of the anchor stores, like in a Macy's. And I remember the times when you'd go looking for a pair of pants or a shirt and the racks were so close together that, to pass through a rack, you'd have to turn your body sideways like this and go through the rack. And your chest would brush against the shirt sleeves of the shirts here, and your back would brush against the pant legs, the pants hanging behind you, because the racks were so, squeezed close together. Upon revisiting it, when I passed through like the clothes section, the racks are at least 4 or 5 feet apart, if not the required 6 feet apart. And it looks like the store just kind of like breathed out and everything kind of spread out a little bit further apart. I remember having the thoughts whenever I was walking through the mall. I have my mask on and it was just like, I felt like if an alien landed on the planet, it went through a social center like the mall or something akin to that, it'd be like, oh, this species likes to cover their face. They don't want anyone to see who they are. And apparently they don't like to be close to one another. They like to be very spread out. There's markings on the floor where one should stand. And this is very interesting about this species. It was surreal, to say the least. What's up, you guys? So on this video, for part of it, part of my A Day in the Life series is the fact that I don't do illustration full time. That I do, that I do comics and illustration and different art projects, kind of as my side hustle. But for the longest time, I've been a photographer, and I worked for this company for years and years, and the company was really, I was just burnt out, just ready for something else, just ready for a change. And then during this quarantine, of course, because I was a school photographer, when all the school shut down, there was no more work, so I was out of work for a very long time. But I'm back! I found a job working with a local, basically automotive dealership, and I do the photography for their website and online sales. So I photograph cars all day, and thought I'd take you along with me today just to check out what I do now. Cool thing number one about this new job is that it's about 7 minutes from my house. So it's such a plus, because with my old job I was putting at least 50 miles on my truck every day, probably more. And with this job, it literally is just a drive down the road. So that's perk number one. Perk number two is that there's no real schedule. I can kind of make my own schedule, which really what that means, that I'm learning, is that I can kind of come and go as I please as long as I get the job done. Perk number three is that I'm not at my old job, which I hated. Jeez. I was going to show you guys my office. That wraps it up for this month. It's not a lot of footage. It's just been so hard for me to find that groove of videoing things again. It's so weird. It's so hard for me to put words to just like the state of my brain most of the time. And everybody's going through different things in different ways and experiencing the residual effects of this pandemic in a multitude of different ways. And I'm sure I'm feeling some kind of subconscious effects from it, but it's nothing that you can like pin down and like, put my hands on. Finding that balance of feeling my creative mojo, and then buying food for the house, and then working my new job. I just moved my oldest son into an apartment, and so like there's things that are happening that are like things that happen normally in life, like my son moving out into an apartment so he can attend college coming up this semester. Those things should be normal, but underneath a blanket of a pandemic, everything is weird. Everything is off color. It's like the white balance is off or something. You ever watch them stream something on television and the sound isn't lining up with their mouth? It's just off by like a half second or two, and you're just like, what's happening? You keep watching because the information is still being delivered to your ears. It's just being delivered to your ears and your eyes at different times. And it's just your brain's having trouble connecting those wires, but they're still connecting. They're just like that's how I feel about living life now. So it's weird. So enough of my rambling. I love you for watching. I thank you for being here, and I hope you've enjoyed some of this crazy, spiraling out of control, narratively confusing, psychosomatic, insane video. I hope things are good, and we'll see you guys next time, okay? There's going to be some things that pop up on the screen because they do that. So if you thought this was mildly entertaining, please subscribe to the channel. That'd be awesome. I promise it'll get better. Maybe it'll get better. Maybe I should make promises. Hopefully things will get better. Check back in a couple of months, maybe. It'd be great. Maybe I just need more coffee. That sounds good.